right. So, as I like to say with these things, as long as everything is working the way it's supposed to be working, we are not live. So, hello and welcome to everyone who is watching the Written Melanin channel. Wherever the day may have found you, I'm so glad that you are here. My name is Chelsea, and I write books about black girls who aren't all that nice. I don't know if that's part of this intro, but I'm here with Audra, and she's already losing it, so you can tell what kind of day it's going to be. I hope you guys are thriving. How y'all doing?
See, she wants to say this and doesn't want to give the backstory on why I am laughing. Because she and I were sharing workouts and found out that we both like to do Grow with Joe. And then I sent her an arm workout. And she fell for the trick of, Joe says, if you warm up before you do this, do my warm-up video. See, I don't fall for the okey-doke.
She didn't tell me that, y'all. She didn't tell me that it was going to be a trap. It was going to be a trick question. And
she fell for the okie doke and did the warm up. And she was like, bitch, that's a whole workout.
Clearly. I was just like, oh my God. I was not here for it. I was just like, wait a second. I'm already hot. I'm already sweating. I am already very unladylike right now. And I'm out here heaving and wheezing. And you would be like, oh, great. Let's move on to the actual workout. What do you mean? That's not. No.
Oh, so that's why I was laughing, because she said all that right before she hit the live button, which Chelsea is good for doing. She's good for saying some shit outside of her face and then hitting the live button, and then I'm stuck here laughing while she doing the intro.
I mean,
all the time.
This is who I am. I just show up and I just be talking and she just start cracking up. I was just telling her about my morning, y'all. That is it.
And it was funny.
Sure. Also, if y'all see the little thingy on screen, I'm trying to fix the chat. So it's still not working right, but we gonna get it right one of these days. I don't know why it doesn't show up normal like it does on the rest of my streams, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out one day.
Benjamin says start things on a bright note, and La says she mad she missed the funnies. Girl, you just don't have any idea how many funnies y'all be missing before we go live. I mean, you should really you should have another tier of your Patreon that's like access to the Discord before we go live. I'm telling you.
I mean, y'all have access to the Discord. Y'all can pull it up and just be lurking. That's fine before we go live. If you have access to the after chat, you have access to the before chat. Like,
true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And yeah, Grow with Joe is great, but she is painful because I've done some of her other ones. Like I did this one that she had that was like walk 2 miles, do this at night before bed so you could burn fat. I would do that in the daytime because I'm not one of them people that can work out and then go to sleep. I did that and then I was wired for the rest of the night.
Clearly, I am also that person because I have so much energy right now, and the way I was struggling to get up out of bed this morning, she's like, let's go. I feel like Joe is the type of person where, like, she's very nice, y'all, so I really enjoy her workout, so I'm going to say this, but I'm being funny, okay? I'm being facetious, okay? Take that with a grain of salt, right? But I feel like if she were a fictional character, she would absolutely be the demon who lures you to your death. She would absolutely be a siren because she would be grinning at you the entire time she's killing you. Like, oh my God, you're doing great. You can do it. You can swim to the surface. You're almost there. Oh, you drowned. You got this. Keep going. And I'm like, stop.
Woo!
Tell me that
DL is in the house. Hey, DL. Yes, she absolutely would. She's definitely a siren. Like,
yes.
Come on.
Like, you got this. Keep going, friend. You got these.
You got it. And then she'd be mouthing, words during the video like, bitch, shut up.
I'm not happy right now, Joe.
Not at all.
Leave me alone. Stop judging me.
When you're doing one thing and then the little box come up showing what's coming up next, I'm like, oh yeah, you crazy. Like, and then 45 seconds. 45 seconds is a long ass time when you're doing an exercise.
Truly. Truly. So, okay, y'all, we're gonna give people another like 3 minutes to hop in because the way I was absolutely late with everything, with like scheduling the Melanin Chat and then telling people we were live, we gonna give people a little bit of time to collect themselves.
We're live.
But feel free to let us know how you've been doing since in the 2 weeks since we last came together to commemorate and conglomerate and conversate.
Listen,
Yeah, there we go.
You know what's been going on with me. I almost lost my mom to sepsis, misdiagnosis. It was a perfect storm of things. She had a tooth that she had had capped. She went back because she said it was bothering her. They said that it was, it was just sore, that she just needed to get used to it. She had gone to the doctor twice because she had this stuff dripping from her nose, which turned out to be cerebral fluid. So, and she had a tear before that she had fixed, where they had to do a craniotomy and open it up. So once you have a tear, you're susceptible to more. So whatever got caught in that tooth that they capped, plus that opening where fluid was like, they said it was like right here, where fluid was, draining, that perfect storm and that constant drip for 25 days of them not doing anything. She had a high fever, was vomiting, and had a horrible, horrible headache. They took her to the ER last last Thursday before that. I can't remember. My days have just gone fluky. And they did a CT scan of her head and sent her home. Next day, she went back in. Her fever went from 99 to 103 in 20 minutes. By the time they got her to hospital, she was septic. I wake up to a text last Sunday morning that my mother almost died. And for those of y'all that know, I hadn't spoken to my mother in 7 months. That's the first time we've ever had an argument. And so, of course, I go running up there, and then she sees me and she hugs me and she's like, I know I'm going to die, so, I'm glad you came to see me. So, needless to say, she hugged me, she kissed me. She's so happy that I'm talking to her again, but it was a very close call. I've been going back and forth to West Virginia. Thankfully, she's only an hour and a half away, so I've been going back and forth like every other day. Well, I stayed last Sunday all the way till Tuesday night. Came home Wednesday, went back Thursday, came home Friday, went back Sunday. So it's been back and forth, but she's stronger now. The sepsis is under control. She doesn't have to have a craniotomy, but they're going to have to do a surgery, but they can go up through her nose to do it. And hopefully she's going home tomorrow or Thursday with a home health aide who will be coming in, basically a nurse who's going to come in because she still has to be on antibiotics for the double pneumonia and the sepsis. And so that has pretty much been my week. I'm sorry I don't have anything happy to talk about. It's just been
you've been going through it. Like,
yeah.
I have been really worried.
How was your vacation?
Brett, how you go from that to vacation?
Because I don't want to down the whole video. It is what it is. It's just a rough patch. I'm here. I'm smiling. My mom is alive.
Yes.
I'm talking to her again. So that's all I can, that's all I can hope for. It teaches you a lesson. I mean, the break was needed because, they was both coming out the side of their face complaining about me not coming to visit them and all this other stuff. So the break was needed because it let them know that you can't just be saying any old thing to me anytime you feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm glad that, she wasn't taken from me before I had a chance to talk to her again. So,
Agreed.
Life lessons.
Yeah. Yeah, you think you have time, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't. But
so how was your vacation?
My vacation was wonderful. I ain't even gonna front. It was I had a lot of fun. So I think you guys know this because most of the people who are in the chat also do like check out my writing streams. But in case you don't, when I took a vacation at the end of what month are we in? June, May. So I took a little vacation at the end of May with my friend from like basically childhood. We've known each other since the 6th grade, and one of her friends that I had never met before, and I was just like, I don't know about this, homie. Only because I'm like, we haven't really hung out as like adults like ever. And so like I think the last time like we really hung out like was 8 years ago at my wedding. And I was getting married, so I was not like in the headspace to just be like kicking it. So it's been we've never really hung out as adults or whatever. But she was like, hey, I want to get a girls trip together. And I was like, cool. And y'all, tell me why. This is how I know she did not know me very well, because she was like, let's go to the mountains, bruh. She's like, let's get an Airbnb in the mountains. And I'm like,
Chelsea ain't going to no mountain.
I live in a mountain. I don't want to go to the mountain. You can just come chill at my house. What? No. And so, on the Airbnb, they're like, there will be bugs, so be prepared. And I'm like, I don't want to go.
That's a hard no.
But I was just like, I do want to see you. And it was going to be like 6 other people. And she's like, I will protect you from the bugs. I was like, okay, you don't know what you're signing up for. But if every time I scream, you come running, we can make this work. But they were like, obviously it's on a mountain. They were like, we're going to have to cook. And I'm like, can any of y'all cook? Because I don't know. I don't know about that, homie. So anyway, long story short, the other girls in the trip were like, no, can't go, can't make it, bailed out. I was the only one who was like, okay, I'm down. And so when it was just the two of us, she was like, so since it's just the two of us, what do you want to do? I was like, first of all, let's go to a city. Let's get a hotel. That sounds nice. That sounds fun. And so I was like, let's go to Atlanta. Like, that sounds fun. That sounds girls trippy. So we were like, cool, and we were planning it out. And then one of the other girls, she actually got the time approved off work, so she was like, she was gonna come, and it ended up being a really, really great time. I did not have to drive. The hotel we stayed at was really nice. We got to go see visit Black Wall Street. We got matching friendship bracelets, and we talked a lot. And I was not sober the entire time, and it was wonderful. We ate so much food and drank so much alcohol. It was fantastic.
Wait, there's a Black Wall Street in Atlanta?
There's a new Black Wall Street in Atlanta.
Okay.
It's nothing. It was great. It was nothing but black people in there, and they were so nice.
Wow. Nice.
Let's see here. And I love, here's the thing, y'all. Like, I really love going on trips with other adults, be like adults who like we're in a similar life stage, because it wasn't like, oh, I can't pay for this like immediately. Once my childhood friend, her name is Treya, when she was like, hey y'all, I got the hotel, I booked it on my credit card, this is what y'all owe me. Both of us like immediately within like an hour was like, okay, here's my portion of the funds to cover it. And there was no back and forth, you not paying for your share, none of that. And then when we went out, some stuff like, obviously everyone pays for themselves, but like some stuff is just like, okay, well, y'all are gonna go get coffee, I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the shower. Like, it wasn't a thing of like, oh, you need to Zelle me this $3.92 for this coffee I just got you. It's just like, nah, I got you coffee, we're good. And it was just, it was such a relaxing time. We laughed, we cried, we hugged, we kikied, we drank a lot, we took shots constantly. It was wonderful. We ate some really great food. And it was fun. I would absolutely do it again. And the girl I didn't know before, like, I legitimately love her. She's great. She's a friend. She's a legitimate friend now. And
Yay.
Like I said, it was just nice to like, I know if I ever take another trip with like adults outside of like me and Ben, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to be on the same level, because I have taken a trip one time with another friend who we're not gonna talk about. And it was just very, like, nickel and diming. And, like, oh, we can't do this. Or, oh, let's see what the cheapest thing to do. It's like, baby doll, I want to do what I want to do. Like, come with money or don't come. Right?
Right.
So, yeah. And which is rich coming from me, because I'm broke as a joke. But, I'm going to pretend while I'm on vacation. Okay? Like,
Look,
I'm not going to be the one holding this back.
Save up them vacation coins.
Look.
We doing what we want to do.
Yeah. But if y'all are near around Atlanta, and you haven't been to Black Wall Street, I would definitely visit. We went, and it's nothing but a bunch of black vendors inside. They sell like a bunch of different things, and almost everything comes from like a black-owned company. There's a beauty supplies store inside, and they sell black-owned companies, and it's a black woman running it. When I tell you, I was just like, this speaks to my soul. So I went and got some edge control, and y'all see I'm wearing a wig. This don't even got no edges, and I got some edge control. So there we go. And then there are some artists and they have like events and stuff too. that where like something is always happening. I'm like, oh, this is like pretty dope. And I really like that the people were willing to like negotiate their prices, so it wasn't just like, oh, this is the price, boom. It was like, oh, okay, like I can do this, especially with the art pieces and stuff. So Ari, the girl who I met while we were down there, she got some really beautiful art for her house. And I'm like, see, adults. She sound like my mama. Can't take you nowhere. Always buying expensive art that don't fit in the car. Like, what we finna do with this, homie? We's in a Honda. How are we supposed to get this back to North Carolina with all of our luggage? We made it work, though. We made it work.
Listen, I haven't set foot like actually walking around Atlanta since I went for my Black College tour in 1980
You can stop right there.
80 something.
I 19.
Yeah, 80 something. I touched down in Atlanta 2 years ago when my husband and I were going to New Mexico, but we were in the airport. It was a layover, so I was like, "Oh, hi Atlanta." But we did not venture outside of the airport. So yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if Black Wall Street. I doubt Black Wall Street was there in 1986, 87,
no,
88.
It's new Black Wall Street. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty new. They're still getting like the vendors. There's still a lot of open spaces where people are like moving in and stuff. So
nice. I have to take me a trip down there and go see it.
I would definitely visit again. But yeah. So that being said, had a great time. Also, hello to Vina, DL, and Jay, who all came in while we were talking. I know Audra said hello, but I'm saying hello to you too, so you don't feel slighted. And yeah, I feel like we've been talking a lot, so we are gonna go ahead and get into our melanin spotlights for the week, and then conversation. Cool, great.
Did you just break into a French accent though?
Did I? I don't know.
You said for the week.
Oh, I just be making sounds sometimes. I'm telling you, there's so many things in my life where I'm like, you know, if I wasn't a writer, I would absolutely pursue this. And voice acting is definitely on the list of things that I probably would have pursued had I not been like, no, I want to tell the stories, not just, you know, give voice to somebody else's stories. Also, there are like 80 y'all here, and there's only 6 people who like the stream. And I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but I'm telling you that the like button is really friendly, so you should tap it. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Melanin Spotlight. I'm just gonna go first because she always gets angry that I put her on the hot seat. So there you go. You first.
And here comes the shade. This is my book.
And watch her pull it up out of nowhere, off screen. Here she go. I own the book, the physical copy.
I did read this maybe a month, 2, 3 ago, and this author is coming on my show on Friday. And the wonderful thing about this was she reached out to me and asked me if she could be on the show. She saw a comment that I made on somebody else's post that we both follow, and she was like, she sent me a DM and was like, I would love to be on your show. And she was like, here's my website, and I've taken a look at your platform and some of your video. And I was like, see, that is how.
Oh, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk. That's on the list of things to talk about. Of how to
That's how you do the thing.
Because.
So.
I'll save it for later.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is a historical YA fiction. I will say that this is an excellent book if you want your kids to learn about the Reconstruction era and all of the black people who were senators and congressmen during the Reconstruction era, because you learn about it without it being, like sit down and learn. And then in the back, she also has this really cool timeline of events of things that actually happened during Reconstruction. And she also has the author's note of how she came up with this story. And then she also has, if I can find it, somewhere in here. Somewhere in the back here, she also has a list of the actual congressmen, I believe. Yeah, meet the statesmen in the book, because she has actual people from the Reconstruction era, and it's called Meet the Statesmen. So you can read about who they were, like Blanche Bruce and Robert Elliott, all the people that actually served during Reconstruction. So it's really cool. So this is what it says. Malcolm Williams hasn't been okay for a while. He's angry and despondent and feels like nothing good ever happens for teens like him in D.C. All he wants is to be left alone in his room for the summer to draw or play video games, but no such luck. With growing violence in his neighborhood, his mother ships him off to his father's family farm in Mississippi, and Malcolm is anything but pleased. A few days after his arrival, his great-aunt tells him that the state is acquiring the farm to widen a highway. It's not news Malcolm is concerned about, but someone plans to make it his concern. One minute, Malcolm is drawing in the farmhouse attic, and the next he's looking through the eyes of his ancestor Cedric Johnson in 1866. As Cedric, Malcolm meets the real-life black statesmen who fought for change during the Reconstruction era, Hiram Revels, Robert Smalls, and other leaders who made American history. But even after witnessing their bravery, Malcolm's faith in his own future remains shaky, particularly since he knows that the gains these statesmen made were almost immediately stripped away. If those great men couldn't completely succeed, why should he try? Malcolm must decide which path to take. Can Cedric's experiences help him construct a better future, or will he resign himself to resentments and defeat? Perfect for fans of Jason Reynolds and Nick Stone, and featuring illustrations by upcoming artist Justin Johnson, Black Was the Ink is a powerful coming-of-age story and an eye-opening exploration of an era that defined modern America. It's really, really a good book. I totally enjoyed reading it, and I'm not reading it fully again because it's you know that I don't remember books that I read, but I actually remember this book. This stuck with me. So, excellent book. She's coming on the show on Friday.
Boop, boop.
So,
is she coming on Between the Reads or staying on Code?
Between the Reads.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. So, be sure to check that out. And there's a link to Audra's podcast in the description box below. So, go ahead and click it so that you don't miss when the episode drops. And that leads us to my book, which honestly, I didn't go front with y'all. I have no idea what this book is about, but she did a cover reveal yesterday on the Twitter. And I was just like, ew, okay. I like the cover. It is intriguing. So, it's like a year away. Like, sorry, when I was off screen, I was like sucking down water and I had this fan on because I told y'all I worked out this morning and that internal body temperature is still high. So, and I don't like it. So I'm just trying to cough down some water so I'm not hacking up a lung in the middle of the show. We're going to be all right. I'm a thug.
Thug it out. Thug it out.
Yeah. Anywho, my book is Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida. I can never pronounce her last name. I think it's Abike Iyemide. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Hopefully I'm not completely butchering it, but this is the author who published Ace of Spades. This is her second book. I believe her second novel. I think she's done some stuff in between, like with anthologies and stuff, but I know that this is like her second like full-length novel, her sophomore novel or whatever. It comes out March 24th, 2024. So you got a while, but you can always pre-order it. And we know we've already had many a discussion about how pre-ordering books from Black authors really help support them. So I knew you were going to say that, Vina. I had Ace of Spades on my shelf for the longest. I gave it away to the library. So that tells you what I thought about it. But also, it's a beautiful cover. And I don't know, maybe she got better in between now and then. I don't know. This book could be good. But we'll see. Anyway, description. I'm trying not to cough through it, y'all. We'll see. In Where Sleeping Girls Lie, a YA contemporary mystery by Farida Abike Iyemide. Farida, last name. The New York Times bestselling author of Ace of Spades, a girl new to boarding school discovers dark secrets and cover-ups after her roommate disappears. It's like I keep stumbling into a dark room, searching for the switch to make things bright again. Said Hussein is starting her third year of high school, this time at the prestigious Alfred Nobel Academy boarding school, after being homeschooled all her life. Misfortune has clung to her seemingly since birth, but even she doesn't expect her new roommate, Elizabeth, to disappear after Said's first night. I cannot talk, y'all. I'm sorry. Or for the people to think Said had something to do with it. And it might be Sade. I don't know. I could be saying this wrong.
It's Sade. If it's
Sade.
Sade, it's Sade, yeah.
Sade. Look at me completely butchering this. I told you I didn't read this before I started reading it to y'all, right? I'm reading. This is a first experience together.
It's alright, baby. It's alright.
Sorry. With rumors swirling around her, Sade catches the attention of the girls collectively known as the Unholy Trinity, and they bring her into their fold. Between learning more about them, especially Persephone, who Sade is inexplicably drawn to, and playing catch-up in class, Sade already has so much on her plate. But when it seems people don't care enough about what happened to Elizabeth, it's up to she and Elizabeth's best friend, Boz, to investigate. And then a student is found dead. The more Sade and Boz dig into Elizabeth's disappearance, the more she realizes there's more to Alfred Noble Academy and its students than she thought. Secrets lurk around every corner and beneath every surface. Secrets that rival even her own. So, I butchered that, but it's a mystery thriller, and it does have, I think the lead is lesbian. That's what it said on Goodreads. So it is LGBTQ. Okay. So also, happy Pride Month, you guys. Yay.
Yeah, happy Pride Month.
So, there is there is a link in the description to both books down in the description box below if you want to read the summary without me absolutely butchering it for you. Like I said, it comes out March 2024, and I'm hoping this one is better than Ace of Spades, because I know Ace of Spades have very mixed reviews. So hopefully we have grown in our skills since then.
Right. Yeah,
but
I didn't read Ace of Spades simply because you said that you hated it, and I was just like,
me? I said that?
I believe so. I believe you said you really didn't enjoy it, and I was just
it
like,
wasn't
okay.
me. Don't give me the line, because
No?
I ain't read the book.
Okay, somebody, then my bad, I take that back, but somebody I know said that, this ain't it, so...
No, that's a possibility.
And then I saw a bunch of other people saying, this ain't it. And I saw more people saying this ain't it than I saw saying I liked it. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm not gonna mess with it. So, but this one I might have to get on my Kindle.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I'll give it a chance. I'm just like, y'all know me. What do I say every time I get on this show? I don't read no books. I don't. So don't tell me that I said that I didn't like it. I told you I didn't read it. That's what I said.
Maybe it was you, Miss Woman of Color Reader, yeah, that said you hated it. Yeah. So I remember it being on Melanin Chat that somebody said. So it was probably her that she said in the chat.
You see her, she's trying to frame me.
I'm sorry.
Although I have actually been reading books lately, you guys. I have been reading the Rachel Housel Hall's new book, What Never Happened. And I've also been reading Their Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington, because she's coming on the podcast. And so,
nice. So
far, I really enjoy both of them. And I also have been fortunate to read an arc of Tatiana Obey's new novella that's coming out, Sister Samurai. So, yeah, Sister Samurai. So... I've been actually reading. Y'all be so proud of me. Anyway. What?
You know that little laugh does me in, Chelsea. It does me in. Miss Woman of Color Reader said, how is Their Vicious Games?
Honestly, so far, I am impressed. I'm like still in like the first eighth of the book, because I have been jumping between. I started What Never Happened first, so I've been focusing on that one more so than Their Vicious Games. But I'm the type of person where I judge a book heavily by like the first like 20 pages, and it's just kind of like the first 20 pages have been living in my head. I'm like, I want to go back to it. I want to sit down. I want to pick it up. I want to make time for it. And for me, that's a really impressive feat. So far, I am really impressed with it, and it's the only reason I invited her on the podcast, because I was just like, I'm not going to agree to let you on my platform if I ain't finna read your book. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So, well, I mean, they can have us in the first half. I don't know, but so far, I'm impressed with the writing, and I'm impressed with like the story itself and where it starts out at, because I feel like for me, personal opinion here, I feel like there are a lot of books that just start at the wrong point in the story, where it's just like, I don't care. Like, this is not what you need to get me to sit down and read this. I don't know who told you this was a good idea. It wasn't. You should not have listened. And I feel like with their vicious games, I feel like it's starting at the right point of the story, because some things just give enough context without you having to explain how we got there. Like,
Right.
if you lost a football game and you're crying about it, I don't need you to tell me that you worked really hard to get as far as you did. That is assumed. Please treat me like I'm intelligent. Please, I don't need the whole build up to the singular football game, and that takes up the first like 60% of the book. I don't care, homie. Like, I don't. So,
Right.
and it's not super heavy description so far, which is something that I also like, because also I have an imagination. Bruh, I do not need to know if the curtains are blue, purple, or green unless you've been finna be choked by them and you noticed them, huh? Like,
Right.
move on. Anyway. Anyway. We'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I'll let you know. I will let you know. I am
Okay.
planning to actually review it. As far as what never happened, it's interesting because their vicious games is more like it's like a YA thriller / horror, whereas what never happened is like adult thriller. And kind of reading them at the same time, it's like, okay, these are different. But also I feel like with what never happened, it's good, but like in a completely different manner. Like, I feel like what
Right.
never happened is easier to digest, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
comprehension wise. I feel
Okay.
like with their vicious games, you have to be like locked in to keep up with it, if that makes sense. I don't know. I
Right.
don't know if that makes sense. I'll let y'all know for sure when I actually finish reading the books. But y'all know me, that's gonna take a while, so we gonna move on.
JK Lambo has joined us. Hello, JK. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. I hope you're having a beautiful day. That being said, you guys, we are halfway through the chat. We ain't even talked about the first topic for today.
Well, you
Well.
know how we do.
So we have two options, right? Because we don't have a lot of time. Y'all know how we talk, because apparently I'm running my mouth all day today. Let's go. Exercise endorphins. Okay. We got two options. We can vote. If you would like us to vote to talk about too much suspended disbelief in books, this is a chat. This is like a conversation extended from a discussion that we had in the after chat. So if you haven't signed up, $5 gets you in, and it supports the Melanin Library. Patreon.com/written Melanin. There's a link in the description box, and it's down there in the bottom right corner of the screen. But we can talk about too much suspended disbelief in books, or we can talk about something that me and Audra have been talking about in our private chat that we always talk about, which is how to reach out to people with a platform, which I feel like is also really relevant because it's always relevant. And I feel like we constantly need some reminders. So I am going to throw a quick little poll in here, and we're going to give y'all like 2 minutes to pick a topic.
Am I allowed to vote in this poll?
Yeah, absolutely. You on screen. You just tell me what
Okay.
you want to do.
I want to talk about folks dropping in my DMs
You always want to talk about folks dropping in your DMs.
because it happens way too much.
There we go. Oh, I don't need to add another option.
Where's
No. Ask your community. All right, you guys. The poll is in the chat. Please go ahead and vote like right now, because I'm gonna give y'all like a good 30-45 seconds before we 10:35, and then we're gonna move on. So yeah. I love how Audra was the first one to vote, and I know she was the first one to vote because of what it was.
You have no proof. You have no proof. That could have been everybody up in this chat.
She said it could have been anyone.
Anybody.
Oh, God. Oh, we're 50-50. Somebody got to vote. How to reach out to folks. Just took the lead. There are like 10 people here. We got 7 votes.
Woohoo.
Y'all 3 people got like another 45 seconds before we pick a topic. But Yeah. Folks. You know, I've been seeing people spell folks with an X lately, and I feel like I've just picked it up, which, yeah. I don't know. The X makes sense in my brain. Don't ask me why. I don't make the rules. I just live in this brain. I don't tell it what to do. Okay? But, okay. How to reach out to folks. So, this is something that has been oh, we're back to 50-50. Wait a second. Nah. Do we have a tiebreaker?
Nah. What is that?
Yeah. I don't know.
Look, let's just.
Okay, we're going to talk about how to reach out to folks. Because that's what Audra wants to do. And we live to make Audra happy.
Listen, because you and I always seem to get the 1-2 punch. I don't know whether they watch Melanin Chat. I don't know I don't know how, but it's always either they hit me and then hit her, or they hit her and then hit me. But we always get these authors who like just throw stuff in DM, and then it's like no introduction, just dropping links.
Yeah. Okay, look.
Dropping book titles.
I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. Do people still say that? Keep it a buck? I don't know. But I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it 100, all right? I'm going to spit some straight facts at you real quick, all right?
Here we go. Hey, Ashley.
Hey, Ash. How you doing? Welcome. These endorphins got me high, y'all. I don't even know what's happening right now. I am never working out again if this is my personality on exercise, okay? I don't like it. Anyway, and I'm hot. Oh, my God. It's so freaking hot. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Anyway, if y'all are in the After Chat Discord, I am going to put in there what somebody sent me, because usually 9 times out of 10, it's usually Audra sending me a screenshot. Because yes, we do talk about y'all. If y'all come at us incorrect, we do talk about you. But it's one of those things where it's just like, normally it's Audra. Normally it's Audra sending me some stuff. And I'm just like, you know what? These people are wild. Wow. But this time, somebody came in my DMs and I was like, I know this woman is crazy. I know she done lost her mind. Because first of all, I know for a good and in fact, you ain't never seen nothing that I ever done in this lifetime. Because who are you except a school administrator asking me to promote your book about school administration? Bruh. You have a nonfiction book about education and school life. Y'all, do I look like I have PTSD. I can't even watch Abbott Elementary, and you want me to read your book about being a principal. Ma'am, first of all.
And you're an educator, and you got all kinds of typos up and through your message. That's all I'm saying.
And then it's like, buy my book. Bitch, I don't know you.
She says, buy my book, and then when you read it, leave me a review. Like, so you're not even going to send somebody a digital copy for free. What? I can get not sending out physical copies, okay, but a digital copy? Come on now.
I ain't even past the fact that when is the last time I read a nonfiction book? When have I ever even read a book? Right? We just were excited that I read a book at all. So why would you assume that I'm going to buy your book? First of all, when's the last time I spent money on something like that? Yo, I don't, Did I not just sit here and tell y'all that I was broke as a joke and I was just pretending on vacation? Like, no, ma'am. And you want me to buy a book about education when I'm not even a teacher and I got for real severe PTSD from it? You funny. You funny. Yeah. You ain't never listened to a podcast. You ain't never checked out the Melanin Chat. And you know what's crazy is all this stuff is free. And my stuff is short because the way my attention span is set up, baby doll, it is not long. It's not. You can literally click on any of the things that I have done, play it at 2 times speed, in 10 minutes you will know I'm not about it. I'm not.
And this same person not only sent this message to my Between the Reads, she sent it to Staying on Code.
Yes!
She sent it to my author email. She found my personal page. I'm like,
I hate that. Don't do that. Do not do that. If you send something to the Melanin Library, do not turn around and send it to Written Melanin and then send it to my personal profile as well, because that is the fastest way to get blocked, even if I thought I was going to read it, even if I was mildly interested, because that means you don't know the difference between those three platforms, because Written Melanin, Melanin Library, my personal platform, are not the same. They do not have the same kind of content. And if you're just trying to reach me, baby doll, you should have just sent me an email. Like, I mean, that was an option, because all three of those platforms have you, and it's always on Instagram. I don't have this problem on TikTok. That's why I'm always over there. That's why I be like, y'all can have Instagram. It's not for me. I ain't finna argue with you on this platform now. It's, no, delete it. Like, no.
Yep. And then I have another author who, for some reason, believes that I am her personal PR agent, because she will drop links in my DM. No hello, no nothing. Drop the link in and it's like, please promote on your page. Bitch, what? Who are you talking to?
Literally, I get that with the Melanin Library all the time, and it's literally why I'm like, y'all got me so twisted, because the way I don't even like people, I will like avoid your book just because you came at me and you told me what to do. Listen, let me tell you something. There is one woman on this planet who can tell me what to do, and I am not even that person. So do not presume to be more important than you are and be like, promote this. No. I ain't gonna do it.
Like, I am not, and I've had quite a few authors do that. They just drop links in my DM to the point where several of them, I have restricted them. So if they try to send me DMs, it goes straight to request, and I don't even look at their requests that often.
Oh, you so
most
nice.
Of the time,
I be blocking people straight up.
Listen.
Nope.
They about to get blocked, because my request is filled up with them just sending links to these book commercials and stuff like that. Like, look, that's not how you do it. That is think of it, when you go into somebody's DMs, equate it to if you were actually meeting this person live in real life. Would you just walk up to somebody and just shove a book in their hands? No, you would not. Maybe you would. The person might back up and be like, throw the book down, like, you might have COVID. What the hell are you doing? Don't be throwing no books at me. You go up to the person. You introduce yourself. You have a little bit of conversation. Then you bring in your book.
You know what it is? I feel like, and this is not a plug for higher education, because y'all know I'm not really about that unless you need something from it, but I feel like there are a lot of people who are lacking this major skill that you learn in higher education, which is to assume that nobody actually wants to do something for you. Assume that nobody wants to do you a favor. Assume that you are on an uphill battle and that you need to go in selling yourself. The problem is, too many of these people come to their DMs and they're not selling themselves. They're selling a product that, let's be real here. When you tell me, and when you come into my DMs, I will, before I talk junk about you and send your screenshot to Audra, I will actually investigate your profile, okay? And if you do not have an author headshot and your profile is private, or the only thing you got on your profile is your dog, your birthday cake, and a really inappropriate outfit, because, baby doll, let's be real, I'm not telling you how to dress, I'm not policing you, but also, if you are looking like you about 60 with 2 grandkids, and you got a dress up to your ass, and you don't look like you can pull that off very well, and this is your author profile, and you're trying to promote that you are a principal out of school, baby doll, you are not fit to come on my platform. I'm so sorry. And then also the reality of it is that, like, I have a platform and there's like a demographic, and I don't know why you thought it was really appropriate for you to send a book about education when you've been in this field for 30 years to my platform that only 1 talks about fiction, 2 does not even talk about the book, and 3, I have severe teacher PTSD, and 4, my demographic is like young people in their 20s and 30s. So it's just like the audience that you were even trying to reach doesn't exist on my platform. So why? And then the other thing is, like, it takes so much time to make content. It takes so much time to make content, and you want me to make content for free, being rude to me, and you don't even come out your mouth to be like, I will send you the book for free. You want me to pay for it? You want me to come off my hard-earned coins to make you money? Bitch, this is not a pyramid scheme. Like, what are you talking about? I don't work for you. Nah. Run that back. Start with a hello. How are you? I've listened to your platform, and it better be true. I think that this book will be really good on your platform because X, Y, and Z, and I would be honored to have the opportunity to work with you. If you're
Exactly.
interested, please let me know. I will send you a copy of my book. For me, Audra is different. Audra's gonna buy your book. I am not. I am cheap. I am broke. I am not finna buy your book unless I actually want to. Now, if you send me a copy of your book and I really like it, I will go buy a copy for myself to support you. But off the gate, baby, I don't know you from Jimmy's mom. No, you need to convince me that I need a free sample, homie. I need a free sample. I need to be treat this. Audra said treat it like, you're at somebody's house. Treat me like I am a teenager at the food court in the mall. Okay? You need to convince me I need to come eat at your restaurant. Okay? Send me a free sample. You better be nice. You better tell me, your dress is so beautiful. Come over here. We have teriyaki chicken. And I'm not trying to be funny, but like that's what you need. That's how you need to approach me. Like, you better hit me with the compliments, bruh. You better give me something for free. Tell me what you got to convince me that I want what you got, okay? Anyway. Don't act like in the 2000s that's not how they didn't approach y'all. In the mall, walking around with your friends.
They still do it over at the outlet mall when you go.
Exactly. They got the most attractive member of their team out walking around with a half apron on the bottom half. Top is just a graphic t-shirt, and they're like, hey, you look real pretty. Let me come over here and try my teriyaki chicken. We got a little orange chicken on sample. You want a toothpick? You can take 2 because you cute. Like, bruh, I'm eating here now. Better than a Dairy Queen that ain't gonna give me no free slushy, free frosty. I'm just saying.
So
That's how you approach me, okay? I assume that I do not want your product. Assume that I'm going to keep walking because I might take your free sample and walk anyway. Just being real. Anyway. Whew, yeah. Glad I got that off my chest. If I was offensive to anyone, I genuinely apologize. That was just a very deep-seated memory for me, and I was not trying to be offensive. So please accept my humble apology if I did offend anyone.
I mean, that's how they do, though. That's what they do. But but it's just the people that just drop links. And then the other thing that's my pet peeve is you want me to promote you. You want to come on my show, but I go to your profile and it's either private and or you aren't even following me and you want all this stuff from me. Like, you could at least follow me.
Don't even follow me. Don't even play the game. Don't even pretend. Be real about it, because I ain't finna follow you back. I don't even know how. I dislike the fact that on Instagram, this is why I like TikTok. This is why I deal with TikTok and I don't deal with Instagram. Because on TikTok, you know what you can't do? Message people who don't follow you. Nah, homie. Mm. Like, you have to approach one of my videos and be like, hey, can I DM you? And then I have to think about it. I'll get to it when I get to it. Maybe. Because I don't follow everyone back. I don't. Because it's just like, if you're not interested, I don't want you on my following feed and my For You page. I don't want to be friends with you and then your random stuff be popping up and I'll be like, who are you? Stranger. Like, no. I like the way TikTok does things. And Instagram, just any and everybody just be popping up in your DMs like, ew, you have a request. I don't care. Why are you telling me this? No. But then they want to be like, ew, this image is like covered because it might be dangerous. It's a book, homie. It's a book. Right. Anyway, yeah. You know what my pet peeve is, Audra? Mm-hmm. I absolutely cannot stand when on Twitter, random people tag me in their posts and be like, hey, new book just dropped, go buy it. Tagging Melanin Library, tagging Written in Melanin, tagging Black Girl Reads, and it's nothing but a page full of tags, and it's always, no shade, but this is about to be shady as F. But look, if your book cover got a white background with giant red text on it and a person on it, and I didn't even tell you what book it was. I know, but y'all have a picture in your mind, don't you, of the books y'all be seeing with people who be having just pictures of themselves on a book cover on a white background with giant text that don't match nothing on the book, being like, go read my book because I'm talking about something really important. I don't know who missed the memo, but the general consensus in the writing and book community is, unless you're important, nobody wants to read your memoir. Unless you are Will Smith, no one wants to read your memoir. Unless you're Viola Davis, no one wants to read your memoir. If you are Jimmy's mom from down the street, no one cares that you had a rough life, Jimmy's mom. I'm so sorry. Like, you made it through. Love that for you. Start a blog. Anywho, don't tag me on Twitter unless I know you, because I will remove myself from the conversation and then block you. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. I know that you don't even know anything about me because I don't even use the Written Melanin Twitter account anymore. I don't. So if you're tagging the Melanin Library account, first of all, what you want me to do? Why did you not just go submit your book on the Melanin Library? Why are you tagging me on Twitter? What do you expect me to do? I do not have this giant, I am not God. I cannot be like, go buy the book and then everybody in the book community go do it. Okay? I am not omnipotent in that way. I don't know what kind of power you think I wield. I do not. What you want me to do, homie? I can't even sell my own book half the time. What you want me to do with yours?
Apparently with me, they want me to post it on my page. Like, who are you and why are you telling me what kind of content I need to post on my page?
It's so funny when people hit me with that too, because I'm like, do y'all see how active I am on Instagram? Not very. And even with the Melanin Library, I'm like, y'all, these are scheduled out like 6 months in advance. I'm so sorry that you did not get your turn. But I'm not about to disrupt this entire grid for your book right now. It'll come when it comes. Like, yeah, no.
Right.
Anyway.
Right. Yep.
This was supposed to be actionable stuff, not just a complete rant. So how to reach out to people with platforms. One, greet them, say hello, and honestly, if you want to be real about
tell me your name, because a lot of your profiles don't have your actual name. Yeah. You got some kind of cutesy handle. So tell me your name.
So introduce yourself appropriately. Start with a greeting. And before you even do all of that, before you even reach out to someone, go to their platform and see what kind of books and kind of content they create. Because if you're on TikTok, the kind of content that somebody creates might just be, oh, these are the books. They might just do hauls and unhauls. They might not actually do book reviews. So it's really inappropriate for you to reach out to someone who only does book stuff like that to be like, I want a book review. That's not the content they do. So you need to know what you're asking for, and you need to know what's appropriate. You also need to know if they do paid content, because it's also really rude to ask somebody for free promotion when they only do paid content. And if you're not willing to come off some coins, you need to acknowledge that from the very beginning. And also, if you're asking to go on someone's podcast, I don't care what episode you pick an episode. Pick a singular episode.
And listen to the whole thing.
Listen to it, because it's really rude. It's like, Audra's episodes are an hour long. So it's really rude for you to ask to be on her platform, and you can't be bothered to listen to an hour, but you expect other people to listen for an hour. Also, be mindful of how much space and time that you have for promoting, because no one wants to come on their platform and you're not going to share. And this goes for TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, podcasts, blogs, whatever. Nobody wants to put their time into creating content for you, and then you have the audacity to not share it with the people, because the thing is, you have fans. Your fans want to know about the content. So when you are collaborating with someone, understand that it's a collaboration, okay? Meaning that you put in the work of telling your fans about the blog, the post, or whatever, and I'll put in the work of creating the content that's actually going to promote you, so that you have that third party telling people that your book is good and that they should check it out, because that's meaningful. I tell my audience, you tell your audience. My audience gets into you, your audience gets into me. That is how it's supposed to work. If you're not willing to do that, then mind your business, stay in your lane, and don't reach out to nobody. And then also, if you are going to reach out to somebody, pay attention to how they want you to reach out, because 9 times out of 10, people will tell you how to get in touch with them. For me, do not DM me on Instagram. I don't check Instagram unless we are already friends, unless we already have a prior relationship. I am not going to respond to you on Instagram because I don't like Instagram. I don't like getting on Instagram. I don't like the messages on Instagram. I don't like pulling it up on my computer. I don't like logging into Facebook or anything adjacent to it. I don't like it. Don't make me go over there. If you really got to DM me, do it on Twitter. If you actually know what you're doing, DM me on TikTok, in which case I'm going to be like, why are you DMing me? Why didn't you just email me? Because that's what I say all the time. But I digress. That was a little rant. We're going to stay on point. Point is, know how to get in touch with people. And then also put in the work so that when you're reaching out to people, you are giving them the information they need off jump. Tell me your name. Tell me what you write. Tell me the name of your book. Send me the book cover. Give me a link to the book. Send me an author photo. Tell me why you're reaching out to me. You need all of that. Don't just be like, hi, can you promote my book? Hi, Jimmy's mom from down the street. I don't know you. Why are you reaching out to me? Are you Black? I don't know. You have a logo for your picture. I can't tell you if I can help you or not because I don't even know if you're black or not. Answer that question first. Which for me, I'm not trying to say that to be like difficult, but like my platform is written in melanin. The Melanin Library, the Written in Melanin podcast. In every episode of the Melanin podcast, you don't even gotta listen to the whole thing. You just gotta listen to the first 5 seconds. It's like hi, I'm Chelsea. I write books about black girls who aren't all that nice. And I run a database called the Melanin Library, where it's a database of books written by black authors. And I share everything that I've learned on my journey as a black and indie author. I said black at least 3 times in the first 5 seconds of this podcast. If you do not understand the assignment, do not turn it in. Okay? That's all that I'm saying. Pay attention to who you're reaching out to and understand what you're asking from people, because I also talk about the fact that on my podcast, I talk about writing. So no, I'm not going to read your book, and this is not an interview. I'm not going to come up with 100 questions to ask you to just make you look good. Be able to hold a conversation. If you hold a conversation, go talk to yourself in the mirror, because you need to get comfortable with yourself before you get comfortable with me. Woo, that was a rant. Anyway, hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully you learned something. And hopefully when you reach out to people, you understand that you are asking them to create content for free. And we're not even going to get into that whole discussion. Maybe we will in the after chat. You still have time to sign up for the after chat, by the way, if you're not in it. $5 gets you in. And y'all see that I can't stop talking already, so it's going to be fun. But anyway, it also supports the Melanin Library, an online database of books written by black authors. We have like 3,000 books on the library, and we're still growing. So check it out for sure, for real. And we have some cool features coming down the pipeline, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, the other thing that that I was going to point out is that you need to be mindful of, like, how do I put this nicely? I don't know, just be mindful of like what you're asking people to do, because like this is free labor. And the whole conversation that has been going around on social media is like authors talking about, oh, if I send you a book, then you better create content. First of all, I ain't gotta do nothing but be black and die. And if you send me a book, you send me a book. That doesn't mean that I read it. That doesn't mean that I have to do anything with it. It's gambling, essentially. It's a Russian roulette. Sometimes you send a book out to a reviewer, they love it, they read it, they create content with it. Sometimes they don't like the book, they post a picture, like they're like, here it is, here it go get it. Maybe if you like it, possibly. I don't recommend it, but it's here. Awareness. Like my platform, mind you, I ain't never told nobody to go buy a book. Those words ain't never left my mouth unless I actually read the book. I'm always like, hey y'all, this book exists. Maybe you'll like it. Even with Where Sleeping Girls Lie, the book for today. The first thing I tell you, I ain't read this book. I don't know nothing about this book. I ain't even read the description yet. We're reading it together for the first time. Do your research. Some platforms are like that. So know that before you reach out to people, because some people are going to read the book and be like, oh, go get it. Or they'll be like, oh, this book was trash. Let me tell you why. And you got to, if it's whatever they do, you got to roll with it either way, because there's a TikToker. I love her. Her name is Sierra. And she has a cash it or trash it. And if you send her your book, you could be cash it and she go tell people to buy it. Or she goes be like trash it and she go tell people not to buy it. It's a Russian roulette. She might like it. She might hate it. But you have to be mindful of that when you go into discussions with people. I am ranting, and Audra's looking at me like, girl, shut up. So I'm be quiet.
I'm just listening.
I get really passionate about this because being on both sides of it, like having the podcast and the YouTube channel and the library, it's just like, I understand that when you're reaching out to people, you just want that promotion. I do. But when you treat people like it's insensitive and it doesn't matter who says yes, or you have a PR agent, we don't even get into that, who had you know, we'll talk about that in after chat.
They just blanket everybody and they just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. That's not what a good agent is supposed to do.
I'm gonna talk about it in the after chat because I can't say it without using profanity, and we're gonna keep the Melanin Chat PG-13. So yeah. But know that buddy, when I be wanting to punch some people in the throat if I was violent and this was a free-for-all nation, some people would be trapped, let me tell you. But anyway, point is, there are a lot of resources out there for how to reach out to someone. I actually did a podcast episode, the most recent one that I did with Michael LeBourne. He is an indie book publisher, and he also is very adamant about supporting indie people of color, indie authors who are people of color, POC indie authors. See, this is why I say black. I say what I mean. But anyway, he supports people of color indie authors, and he's very passionate about it. He has a really big platform on TikTok, and we had a discussion about like how to reach out to people, tips and things to be mindful of if you are an indie author and you're reaching out to someone, because everybody does not work with indie authors, and that's something that you need to be mindful of. And some of the stuff that we've been discussing is why people don't work with indie authors. So
Yep.
be mindful of how you approach people.
That part.
Be mindful of, because you can really shoot yourself in the foot simply by how you address someone when you're reaching out to them and you don't know them for the first time. Because I could tell you that the woman who reached out to me on Instagram really unprofessionally, who sent me on this tirade rant to begin with, I don't care if she cleans up her act. I would never bring her on my platform, because it shows me that you don't think about how you're interacting with people until it's too late. And there's a whole other thing about the lady who got dropped from her publishing company after she paid them because she wanted to be funny. But it's just like, when you're asking to collaborate with someone, you're asking them to put their brand on the line to promote you. So I'm not going to promote you if, even when you were interacting with me when we were a stranger, you were really rude and disrespectful to what it is that I'm trying to do. Because if I promote you, if I support you, then how are you going to treat other people with my brand name attached to you, even indirectly?
Yep. Yep.
We're not gonna play those games. Sorry, we have not been paying attention to the chat, you guys. That was a whole rant, so I apologize.
I've been reading it, but I just didn't want to interrupt you. So
I need to get that off my chest. Apparently, I'm so sorry.
It happens. It happens.
You should promote my book through Twitter threads, and what usually helps is either giving them a quote from my book or telling them the items. Yeah. Going to need a clip. This is to share with them. Yeah, I would probably clip this and share it somewhere in the future. The audacity to not be following. It always looks cheap. Yes. See, Vina, you get it because you also have a large platform, and I know that you be getting people wild in your DMs. You have to. But I turned down a paid opportunity because I wasn't trying to promote a book trying to promote a how to be an influencer book. How? What? And that is it for the Melanin Chat, you guys. So I have large opinions about people telling people how to be an influencer, and we're gonna add that to the list of things to talk about. Did I tell you I got Tick? I love this thing. I be writing all my little ideas.
Girl, even that Tick. Or little Tick. Exactly that, DL said. In general, pay attention to how people want to be communicated with. Introduce yourself and respect their time and resources. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. I said I was going to talk about something else in the after chat. Oh, PR agents. Can't stand them sometimes. Okay, but for real, it is now 11 o'clock, so y'all know that at this point, we are moving over to the after chat. The after chat is the chat after the chat, where we talk like grown folk, for real. So it is not PG-13, it is, what is it? What is the rating that movies give you? What, 17 and up?
Rated
Whatever.
X.
No, we ain't doing nothing like that, but you need to be 17 and up because there might be a couple of F-bombs, so you need to be mindful. But if you want to join the after chat and come hang out with us, also keep in mind that it is in the Discord, so there's a whole discussion going on even when we are not live. And it's $5 to get in, and that $5 goes to supporting the Melanin Library to make sure that it remains a free resource for everyone to use. It also makes sure that we can be able to afford to do things like bringing new features to the website. So in case you guys haven't noticed, when you submit a book now, and as soon as it is approved, it shows up on the website. The images look a lot better, and a lot of the things stay updated. So check it out, get into it. $5 gets you in. Best $5 you're ever going to spend. I mean, is you can get that or a McDonald's fries, because they like $5 at this point if you're getting a large fry. So, I mean, how you want to spend your money? That's all I'm saying. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't already, go ahead and like this stream. Tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so that you do not miss when we go live 2 weeks from now. Melanin Chat is every 2 weeks instead of every week now. And if you miss us in the meantime, in between time, you can always go to Audra's podcast where we do a rants and rambles together because we like to have a good time. So, or you can come to the after chat where we have a good time in real time. But, live your life, do what you got to do. Anyway, That's it, you guys. There are links to everything down in the description box below. Socials are down there. Podcasts, both of our podcasts are down there, as well as where you can purchase my books. We are the Origin and Pre-Order We Are Dying Gods, as well as the books that we talked about today, Black Like Ink and Where Sleeping Girls Lie. All of that will, if you purchase from the Melanin Library, you will be supporting the Melanin Library through its affiliate links. So appreciate you in advance. And yeah, that's it, you guys. So until next time, may your days be lovely and your books interesting. Bye, you guys.
Bye, you guys.